Yours, damn right, it's better than yours. I can teach you.
What's good? What's up, Messy Mob? It's your girl, Messy Maya, and I am back again with another video. So today we are going to be getting into episode 11 of Baddies Caribbean. Girl, it was... I'm not even going to call this episode a hot mess because it really was more so of a calm episode and they got it cracking towards the end. So let's just go ahead and get into it. It's going to be a quick one. And yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and turn on that post notification bell so you know every single time I post a new video. It's Messy Maya. It's the Messy Mob. Girl, we are lit over here. Trust they believe that. And yeah, let's get into the mess. All right, y'all. So the episode of Baddies Caribbean basically starts off and opens up with It's Dia and Slim Too Bad packing their bags and talking about them leaving, stuff like that. So me personally, as much as I okay, let me say this. As much as I may not care for It's Dia or Slim Too Bad, this scene actually made me kind of sad because I feel like, okay, so yes, I did say, and I still stand on that. I feel like It's Dia should have went home. You know what I'm saying? When Nunu knocked her to the ground, girl, and girl had her swimming, I feel like she should have went home and Nunu should have took her spot because that was the whole point of them even bringing Nunu and the other reserves onto the beach was to take an OG spot. She beat her up. You know what I'm saying? She ate her up, had her on the floor swimming multiple rounds. You know what I'm saying? So it was only right for her to, so I feel like It's Dia really should have went home. And I feel like what Slim Too Bad pulled the episode before, you know what I'm saying? Girl, you're the one, drunk or not, girl, you're the one that caught out that Faye, baby. You caught out that Faye drunk. So it just irritated me that she just did not go out with a bang. She didn't eat the way I thought she was going to eat. And I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? So although now I may not care for them, y'all, this scene was sad to me because, like I said, although I do not care for them, you know what I'm saying? I just don't understand for the life of me how Gretchen is still, I don't understand how they are going home before Gretchen. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. And we're going to get into that because now the OGs, quote unquote, girl, I'm not gonna lie, girl, they're using that word a little bit too much this season because honestly, y'all OG this, OG that, y'all not even all that. Y'all not. None of y'all. Let's go down the line. Natalie, you're old messy hoe. Okay. Now you calm down on the messiness so far this season and you're acting more like an EP and I feel like Natalie's more so like staying neutral this season, which she really should have been doing as EP. But girl, girl, nothing short of an old messy crater face hoe. Girl, like I said, girl, Scotty, I'm gonna spare you because you've been doing your thing this season. Sapphire, we're going down the line of OGs because they keep throwing around this OG word and half of y'all, nobody even wanted back. Let's clock that. Half of y'all, honestly, more than half of y'all, nobody even wanted back on the show. So I'm tired of this OG word. I'm over it. They keep, they're throwing this word around this season so much. Like, I just cannot. Anyways, Scotty, I'll give you a pass. Like, girl, nobody wanted you back anyway. So, we could really get into that, but you're redeeming yourself this season so far. Girl... Next, Sapphire, girl, nobody wanted you back, girl. Word on the street is that you're fucking and sucking for your spot too. No shade. Bianca put your business out there in the little post, girl, when she was clapping back at Jayla, girl. She said that Sapphire is she busting that kitty cat over for somebody at the network. That's why she still got a spot, and that's why they be showing favoritism, quote unquote. Girl, boo bye. That's the only reason why you're back on the show, girl. Because me personally, girl, I did not want you back. Nobody wanted you back, girl. You proved that you were a bad friend. You proved that you were scary last season. Me personally, I don't think you can fight like that. Like, and you just a big tall oak tree, girl. But you a little funny though with your little notebook, girl. But other than that, nobody wanted you back. Like, so this OG word, let's go down the line. Who else? Jayla. The girls, girl, you were good on Baddies South. You were good on Baddies South. The girls liked you on Baddies South. You came on Baddies Caribbean. You completely changed how you were on Baddies South, which only proves that what you're acting like is a facade, and you're doing it for TV, which is, girl, I guess it's TV, whatever. You're not impressing me either, though, Jayla. And honestly, Jayla, it seems like you lost your fighting skills a little bit, baby. You're not, them hands is not handsing. Them hands is not handsing no more. So, girl, next. Who else? Rolly, nobody wanted you back either. You came back. Of course, you're going to come back, girl. Zeus is your only claim to fame at this point. But we still, the girls is excited to see you back. I know I was. Maybe, I don't know if we just needed a break from you or what, but, you're back, and that's it, I guess. Who else? Biggie. Girl, Biggie, you are really throwing around this OG word, and you are really starting to get a little bit beside yourself. I'm not going to lie. And I'm not going to lie and sit here and lie and say that Biggie didn't earn her stripes. But, girl, you and this OG word finna make me mad, too, because I feel like you are really, you're just, all of them are just doing too much. I had to go down the line because they keep throwing around this OG word, OG this and OG that and OG that and OG this. Girl, half of y'all, nobody even wanted back. Y'all gotta pipe down. And Mariah Lynn, don't even make me get on you, Miss Ma'am, because nobody wanted you back, girl. And the word on the curb is that you over there busting that kitty cat open too for a spot on the show. Nobody wanted Mariah Lynn back. Girl, next. What was I even talking about? Anyways, I just had to go because they OG this, OG that. And I'm just like, no one cares. Like, why do y'all keep saying that? Half of y'all, nobody even wanted back on the show. Like, there's no way. Anyways, so Slim and Dia had their little moment. It gave very much Bad Girls Club. They replayed their, the little best moments or whatever in their most memorable moments while they made their outro. I was a little sad. I'm not going to lie. Like I said, I don't care for either one of them like that. But, it's still, I guess it was still a little sad to see them go. I would rather have seen Gretchen go, but it's whatever. And then they were giving their little speeches and they were like, well, I feel like I let my city down. I feel like I let my country down. Oh, I was like, oh my gosh. See me, I just be having too much sympathy for these girls. I'm like, come on, why she gotta go? Anyways, so girl, next scene, they pretty much are packing their bags. I don't understand why we need footage of them packing their bags, but they're packing their bags. And they are about to go on the PJ to make their way to Dominican Republic. Girl, the girls are excited. So I said this in my last review, and honestly, I'm gonna say it again because I'm standing on it. It's like, y'all made fun of Big. It's now that I'm kind of jumping all over the place. So now it's Big Dominicana. It's Big Biggie now because y'all go into her country. But just last season, when Rolly was imitating her Spanish and making fun of her and the way that she speaks, it wasn't none of that. Y'all was laughing along right along with Rolly. Yeah. Okay, Biggie speaking Spanish and Biggie being Dominican has been a big joke to everybody up until now. Now that y'all going to her country, this is what I don't understand about my fellow American sisters, girl, because my fellow American sisters, girl, I'm not gonna say we because me personally that I don't do that, but I'm gonna say we because I'm gonna say y'all, no, because I'm not included in that. I don't do that, and that's just on period because I always said who are y'all to tell Biggie what to do and who to speak. No. So my fellow American sisters, and I'm not talking about just the black girls, I'm talking about everybody, because honestly, everybody was picking at Biggie in her space. So y'all was all over Baddies East. I remember specifically Ahna Mopped, who's also an Afro-Latina herself, was in the confessionals when Biggie first came in as a replacement and she got into it with Rolly. I remember specifically Ahna Mopped in her confessionals, and this is when I lost a little bit of respect for Ahna Mopped, in her confessionals literally telling Biggie, oh, I understand you, but they don't understand you. When you're around them, you need to speak English. And Sky said the same thing. But Sky's not even here, so this doesn't even pertain her. But And they were all saying the same thing. Like, they were all laughing when Rolly was making fun of her and her Spanish speaking and this, that, and the third and where she come from. And Ahna Mopped is literally in the confessionals talking about when you're around them, you need to be speaking English and you don't need to be speaking Spanish. They don't understand you. Da 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 da. Yeah, Ahna Mopped was speaking Spanish when she was getting into it with Scotty. We're not gonna talk about that though. But now that you guys are so even when they announced a Caribbean season, I'm like, there's no way that y'all are going to the Caribbean and y'all have a Caribbean girl and y'all cast Biggie and y'all literally make fun of her for, you know what, never mind. So now it's Big Dominican. Oh, now everybody loves Biggie now. Oh girl, they holding up the Dominican flag, girl. They're holding up the Dominican flag, girl. They dancing, they jumping, they excited, girl. They all over Biggie. Girl. Oh, we're going to see Biggie's family, and we're going to go see where Biggie come from, which is cool. It's amazing. I love it. I love that for y'all. And honestly, me personally, I absolutely loved this episode for Biggie. And I love it for Biggie because she's home. You know what I'm saying? I loved this episode for Biggie. She seemed so happy. I loved it. But although I love this episode for Biggie, I'm looking at the girls sideways because now, like I said, now it's Big Dominican. Oh, you guys are embracing her now that y'all in her country. But up until now, y'all didn't care to. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. But, it's okay though. They're embracing her. Like I said, I love this episode for Biggie. I did love how much they did embrace her. And, I loved it. But it's just, I don't know, it's just a little bit hypocritical, but let's move on. So like I said, they go into the PJ. I'm jumping around, but they go into the PJ. They're talking about, and let's get into you, Rolly, because this is what I also don't understand about my fellow American sisters. So Natalie, they're on a private jet, and Natalie is like, oh my gosh, like, she's excited. Like, she's like, oh my gosh, like, what should we do? Tell me what we should do in Dominican Republic. And Scotty was like, I want to go to the zoo, and I want to go ziplining, and I want to go see the elephants, and basically saying that she wants to go on an adventure, pretty much. Like, she wants to do adventurous stuff while she's in another country. And Rolly... Rolly, who looks real tight and looks like she's about to explode as soon as she exhales, Rolly comes out the side of her mouth and she says, girl, go to hell. She literally said, she looked at Scotty, she was so for real too. She said, girl, go to hell. Who finna do that? Don't nobody want to do that? Girl, what? What? So you're telling me that y'all are going to a beautiful island, y'all are going to a whole other country. Keep in mind that this is Rolly's first time in the Dominican Republic, and you don't want to do anything adventurous. You don't want to do anything fun. You don't want to do any excursions. You just want to, party, club, drink, and fight, right? Like what y'all did back in America. Girl, boo, bye. You can't go on vacation with people like Rolly, girl. She don't want to do nothing new. She don't want to try nothing new, girl. She want to do the same thing that y'all did in America, girl. We can drink, fight, and do all that stuff in America, girl, and party and stuff. And I understand that, yeah, DR most likely has like these amazing clubs, which is great. I mean, of course, you guys have club bookings. You guys are getting to the bag, as y'all say. Of course, you guys are going to party. That's inevitable. Of course, y'all are going to party. That's like the number one thing on the list of what y'all are going to do. But what else? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what else? You don't want to, if I was Scotty, I would have like, girl, what? And she like, Rolly's like, girl, don't nobody want to, I'm not even going to spend too much time on that subject. Girl, you could just tell. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, so back on the other jet, they start talking about the situation between Ahna Mopped and Mariah Lynn's mom. So let's get into that, because I don't like the way the girls were it felt like they were trying to gaslight Ahna a little bit. Like, Kali was in her, and I love Kali down, but Kali was in her confessionals talking about oh yeah, well, I told Mariah not to hit her mother, and I told Mariah not to do this, and I told Mariah not to do that, and Tessiki is talking to Mariah towards the end of the episode, and Tessiki is like, if that was my mom, it would have been up and stuck, and if that was my mom, I wouldn't even be talking to Ahna. Ahna would have just got ate up, this, that. Bro, I told Anna and Tasiki, Tasiki is a fake, boring girl. I'm telling you, girl, you're boring. You're fake as hell. No shade. So before we talk about Ahna Mopped and Mariah Lynn, let's get into you, Tasiki. You're fake as hell, period. You're fake. You say one thing. I feel like because she's cool with everybody, she does whatever, like, I don't know, like, she does whatever to cater to the person that she's talking to at the time. Like, you're a shapeshifter. You're fake. Honestly, I just cannot with Tasiki. Tasiki is getting on my nerves more and more as time goes by. Tasiki, you're fake. And I said what I said. So when Ahna Mopped is on the way to the hospital or on the way back, it was either or. I think she was on the way there. So she before she gets on the phone with her auntie, she's on the phone with, on FaceTime with Tasiki and Natalie. So Tasiki on the phone, first she's like, maybe you should have, in her confessional, she's like, you should have ignored her, this, that, and the third. But then towards the end of the conversation, Natalie and Tasiki basically come to, as Ahna Mopped explains the story more and more, they're basically coming to the agreement that Ahna Mopped basically was put in a position to where she had to defend herself. She had to. They come to this conclusion like, yeah, you know what? You're completely right. You had to defend yourself. What Mariah Lynn's mom did was wrong. You had to defend yourself. You did what you had to do. And that's just that. But towards the end of the episode, girl, oh, Tasiki, girl, you is so fake, girl. And you contradict yourself way too much this season. It's annoying. And honestly, me personally, although I do be on Krishan, I see what Krishan was talking about. Like, high key but low key, she's no better than you. But Krishan told us about you. And none of us wanted to believe her, girl. So we get to the end of the episode, girl. And Mariah Lynn, she pulls up to the house, girl, all angry, girl, a little mad, angry, chicken little bird, girl. You just mad and angry, girl. And we're finna get into you next. So she pulls up mad, angry, whatever. And Tasiki, again, I understand that she's friends with both of them. But I feel like if you're friends with two people, you need to stay neutral. This is what they were just getting on Bianca for. For being in cahoots with somebody that Mariah Lynn was beefing with. So Mariah Lynn pulls up. She starts talking to them. Where's Anna? This, that, and the third. Like, where's her room? I need to find her, girl. First of all, Mariah Lynn, nobody's scared of you, but we're finna get into that later. So they're talking, whatever. Keep in mind that Mariah Lynn was not there. It seems like Mariah Lynn doesn't even care whether her mom started it or not. It doesn't seem like Mariah Lynn cares whether her mom is the one who popped up on Anna first. It doesn't seem like Mariah Lynn cares that Ahna Mopped was touched multiple times by her mom before she started to defend herself. It seems like all of that is out the question. All she cared about is, girl, you got into it with my mom, girl. We beefing, which is okay, understandable. But she's not trying to understand anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's not trying to hear nothing. She's not trying to understand nothing. Okay, that's her mom. I'll give her that. Although it's just like, okay, but I'll give you that. So Tasiki is egging it on. Like I said, I understand that you may sympathize or empathize with her. And you understand her and where she's coming from. But I feel like Tasiki was egging it on. And keep in mind that Ahna Mopped is not only injured reserve, but Ahna Mopped is also Tasiki's friend too. So Tasiki's like, oh, if that was me, I don't care. I wouldn't have cared about no fractured finger. I don't care about your finger. I wouldn't have cared about your finger. Girl, as soon as I would have seen her, it would have got on the poppy. Girl, what are you even doing? Why are you even talking? If it was me, I wouldn't even be doing all this talking, girl. I would have just went up there and da-da-da-da-da. You're egging it on. Isn't Anna supposed to be your friend? No shade. Like, if Anna literally sat on the phone with y'all and broke down the situation, right? Told y'all what happened. And you're on the phone with her like, oh yeah, like you had no choice but to defend yourself. Like, what Ahna Mopped, we need to have a meeting because what Mariah Lynn's mom did isn't right. You had to defend yourself. You had to. Da 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 da. And now that Mariah Lynn is in your face, now it's a completely different story. Now it's, oh, if that was me, I would have went upstairs. I wouldn't even be talking right now. I wouldn't have cared about your finger at all. That's my mom. Girl, bye-bye. Like I said, I understand that's her mom. But is Tessica not supposed to be neutral? Like, this is literally this is what they got mad at Bianca for. Because Bianca was, quote unquote, carrying the bone and being messy between two people that were beefing with each other, that she was supposed to be friends with. Girl, bye-bye. I don't get it. Anyways, so girl, about the situation itself, me personally, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how much they try to gaslight Ahna Mopped. I don't feel like Ahna Mopped I don't feel like she did nothing wrong. I feel like Ahna Mopped didn't do anything wrong. And I don't. And I said what I said. I don't care how much they try to gaslight her. I don't care how much they try to gaslight her and tell her she was wrong and tell her she shouldn't be. Like Ahna Mopped said, if you're in public and you're in Walmart and a 40 to 50 to 60-year-old woman is staring you down, looking at you, trying you, sizing you up, not only that, but even goes as far as to putting her hands on you multiple times, are you going to think, oh, that's somebody's mama? That is somebody's mother. I'm not going to defend myself. You're not going to think that. You're going to defend yourself. And I said what I said. So the fact that they're literally sitting there trying to, oh, that's Mariah Lynn's mom. Why would you do that? Oh, you shouldn't have done that. Oh, don't do this. Don't do that. What was she supposed to do? Just sit there and get beat on like a drum and not defend herself? You're crazy. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. I said what I said. She did what she had to do. Don't and girl and had your mother on the floor. And girl, if I was Mariah Lynn, no, if I was Ahna Mopped, I promise you, Mariah Lynn would have girl, I'm telling you, she wouldn't want to fight me so bad, girl. Because yes, and I had your mother on the floor because she put her hands on me and she was doing too much. Who finna sit there and get beat on like a drum? Because somebody's older than me. You're crazy. Mariah, if you flew your mom out, if it was something personal, if you flew your mom out because, quote unquote, oh, it was something personal, like I flew her out to PR, like, your mama shouldn't even have been in cahoots with the baddies. Your mama shouldn't be talking to the baddies. She shouldn't be interacting with the baddies. None of that, especially somebody that she doesn't really mess with like that. Why are you messing with a cast member and you're a guest? A guest who's not on the show, you're a family member guest, who honestly, in my opinion, I feel like she shouldn't even be there. Do y'all realize every single time Mariah Lynn mama come around them, it's drama? It's something going on? Girl. And then it's not even like it was just Mariah Lynn's mom. It was Mariah Lynn's family who was literally targeting Ahna Mopped. What was she supposed to do? Just sit there and take it, right? Mariah Lynn, nobody is scared of you, girl. You honestly, girl, you look like Chicken Little. You're Mighty Mouse. Nobody's scared of you. You get done up every single time. Every single time you get into it, girl, you have barely won a fight yet, girl. No one is scared of you. You are not putting no fear in nobody's heart, girl. You don't got nobody shaking in their boots. Nobody is scared of you. So her even rolling, I understand that she's mad, but her even rolling up to the house, oh, where's Ahna? Where's Ahna? Where's Ahna? Nobody, girl, you think that Ahna dodging smoke from you out of all people? Girl, bye. Nobody's scared of you, boo. Can't even bust a grape, and you talk about some where's Ahna? So in the midst of, Mariah Lynn pulling up or whatever, Rolly confronts Mariah Lynn because apparently, this was so random, but apparently Mariah Lynn got, put out for basically texting somebody. And in these text messages, she was saying how she was the LeBron of the group, pretty much that she was better than everybody. And she feels like she deserves better treatment. Girl, I don't know who Mariah Lynn thinks she is. And honestly, I feel like Mariah Lynn did say that. You could just tell by the way that she talks, oh, I'm a gold-selling artist. I'm an international superstar. You can tell that she really feels that way. That she feels like she's above the cast. You're not above the cast. Like, you see how they did you last season. They had no regard for you last season. You see how you got done last season. No one defended you. What? You're an old, washed up reality TV star with a couple hits. And last season when they had y'all performing y'all music, nobody knew your lyrics. No shade. Like, no shade. All tea. Nobody knew your lyrics. We know you for being an old, washed up reality TV star. Who says the N-word? Who says the N-word? Who has a hit record about bragging about being a hoe? Girl, boo. So I believe Rolly. I believe that I don't know. Because, girl, they're known for making up stuff for storylines. I just feel like it's true. I feel like that's something that Mariah Lynn would do, for sure. I definitely feel like Mariah Lynn is above. I feel like she feels like she's above the cast, for sure. I do. I feel like just by the way that she speaks, you could just tell she feels like she's above them. I feel like she said that. Do I feel like Rolly should have gotten that mad about it? Especially if y'all not gonna do nothing. Like, you're not gonna, all this yelling and it's not enough hands being thrown. Y'all not finna get into it. You're still injured. You're getting worked up over text messages. She said what she said. Is you gonna pop her? Like, or you just gonna confront her? Like, girl, boo. Girl, and you can tell that Rolly didn't care about nothing that Mariah Lynn was talking about, pertaining to her mother and Ahna Mopped. I still feel like Rolly doesn't even mess with Mariah Lynn like that, and it's all over her face. It is so clear. I feel like Rolly just wanted a moment to really just yell at her and stuff like that, but girl, why do you... Anyways, so let's move on to Gretchen and Kali. So Gretchen and Kali, they're on the beach. Everything is cool at first, but when you rewatch it or when you watch it, you could tell that the tone in Gretchen's voice was kind of aggressive from the start when they were talking about the rooms and stuff like that, and Kali was being friendly. Me personally, I said this before and I will say it again. I feel like Kali is too much of a good friend to Gretchen. And even the fact that her and Gretchen, again, Gretchen is not respecting her. Kali is still telling her, don't say that, don't say this, don't say the N-word, girl. Gretchen is unapologetically, girl, saying it over and over and over again, girl. She is not caring, girl. So the fact that this girl clearly does not respect you. She clearly does not respect you. She clearly it's very obvious that somebody is in Gretchen's ear. Honestly, it's obvious that somebody's in both of their ears, instigating, trying to pin them against each other. So it's obvious she does not respect you. She's showing you she doesn't respect you. It was obvious from the first conversation that they had one-on-one on camera that Gretchen did not respect Kali, and that it was two different energies, and that one person was giving more than the other. It was so obvious. Even when Gretchen and Meatball got into it and Kali was trying to calm Gretchen down, you could just tell who the sweeter friend is. You could tell who the better friend is, in my opinion. I feel like Kali is too good of a friend to Gretchen, and she gives Gretchen too much for Gretchen to give her so little. Me personally. That's just how I feel. So even the fact that Gretchen shows Kali that she does not care, and shows Kali that she still lacks respect for everything that Kali is saying, not trying to understand at all what Kali is trying to tell her. Kali still fought for her in the next episode and still inserted herself in. I don't get it. Besides the fact that she was being tag teamed. Now that I kind of get it, because they basically tag teamed her, girl. You know what I'm saying? They basically tag teamed her. So I kind of get why Kali felt the need to do that. But it's like, it's a one-sided friendship to me. But I'm not going to lie. The scene with them, I don't know why, but it hurt me, y'all. Like, I don't know. You could tell that it's like with Gretchen, I can't read Gretchen. It's like, she shows that she doesn't respect Kali, But then when they're arguing, you can tell that she cares about it. It's just, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand their friendship. I don't understand it on Gretchen's part, because Gretchen shows that she does not care about anything that Kali is saying. Even when Kali is saying it nicely, girl. Kali is saying it so sweet. She's saying it nicely. Well, I mean, of course, this time she wasn't. This time she was yelling at her and calling her all type of B words and this, that, and the third. But before, Kali was being so nice about it, and Gretchen still just did not care. But it's like when they're getting into it, it's like you could tell that Gretchen was hesitating to defend herself. Like, Gretchen was not defending herself at all. Like, Kali was basically slinging her. Kali was basically slinging her every which way, girl. Putting her hands on her over and over and over again, getting in her face, screaming in her face. I'm talking about so close they could kiss. And Gretchen is not defending herself. So that tells me that clearly she built a bond with her. I don't know if because Gretchen knows no one else really messes with her like that and no one else really likes her like that, that, you know, she possibly could mess up her only friendship and ally in the house. So she wasn't trying to. So I don't know what it was. I don't know if she was trying to hold back and not defending herself because she truly cares about Kali and their friendship and she was really hurt, or if she just didn't want to lose her only ally and quote unquote friend in the house. I don't know what it was, but girl, it confused me. I was confused because you're popping it and you're acting like you don't care about what she's talking about. You're popping it. You're saying that she's a snake and how everybody warned you about her and that you should have listened, this, that, and the third. But she's continuously trying you and testing your gates, pushing, girl, literally. And Kali seems like a strong girl. Kali, that's a strong girl. She was slinging. I don't know if Kali's strong or if Gretchen's just real frail and skinny, which she is. But she was just getting tossed around, girl. Like Gretchen was getting tossed around that island like a rag doll. It was a mess. Gretchen sounded hurt. They both sounded hurt. They both honestly did sound very hurt by it. Gretchen is like, girl, you're about to burn your only bridge. Like, your last bridge, you're about to burn it. Your last friendship, no one else likes you in the house. And you have this girl sitting here trying to give you a chance and you're ruining it. Regardless of how much you're offending her, she's still willing to tell you, like, it's just, Gretchen, I'm so over this N-word situation, to be honest. It's like I said, I feel like it's wrong. I feel like she shouldn't say it. I feel like she's wrong for saying it. And me personally, y'all might be mad at Rolly, Jayla, and Scotty. And tag teaming is lame. I'm not going to lie. But at this point, what happens to Gretchen, I just don't care no more because they're continuously telling you what you're doing wrong and you keep doing it. And you're not only do you keep doing it, but you're making it known that you literally do not care about nothing that they're talking about. I feel like they're giving Gretchen so much grace and she just does not care. I mean, you got to give it to the bitch. I ain't gonna lie. It's like you got to give it to her, girl. She just does not care. And it's so wrong on so many levels. But she does not care. Oh my goodness. No ma'am. I couldn't be friends with her. Me personally, if I was Kali, I would have mopped her. Cause even though Kali kept putting her hands on her and kind of provoking her a little bit, I feel like Kali didn't do enough. If I was Kali, Gretchen, Gremlin Gretchen, whatever you want to call her, girl, she would have been, girl would have folded that hoe like some laundry, girl. I would have tore her up. If I was Kali, I would have tore her up. There's no way I'm sitting here telling you what you're doing wrong and you still, girl, you screaming it. Oh, my, she's saying it loud and proud now, girl. She calling you it now. She and Kali is literally telling her stop and she's still doing it. Oh no. I'm telling you. But you're apologizing though. Like, I'm talking about like the third episode, Gretchen was damn near was on the verge of tears, apologizing to everybody about it. But you see, you don't mean the apology. Like, it just don't make no sense. It just doesn't make any sense. If I was Kali, I would have mopped Gretch all up and down that. I'm telling you, I still feel like she spared her. She spared her. She spared her. She spared her. They were both sparing each other, to be honest. Girl. But towards the end, oh, girl, they got it cracking, girl. And I ain't gonna lie, girl, Gretch drew her hand back, girl. I don't know. That hit might eat, but we don't know. We're gonna see it next episode. They literally went from getting into it with each other, getting down, to getting into it with Jayla, Rolly, and Scotty. And like I said, and Kali's too good of a friend because Kali's still defending her after all of that they just went through. Gretch literally screaming the N-word in Kali's face like it's nothing after Kali is damn near begging her to stop saying it. Kali is still defending her when she's getting tag teamed. It's crazy. I don't know. Like I said, and like a part of me is like, why are you putting yourself in it? But another part of me is like, you know, she not gonna sit there and watch her friend get tag teamed. So I can't get mad at her for that. But what else was I gonna say? Oh, going back to the beginning. So speaking of Gretchen, the quote unquote OGs that, you know, throw around the OG word, but half of y'all nobody even wanted on the season. Girl. So they're talking, they're all together, they're talking. This was like towards the beginning of the episode. Once they got to PR, they're chilling in the room talking. And Natalie basically says, what new girls do y'all want to come? Natalie, so first of all, Natalie, you're very much contradicting, because Natalie's like, I just want a new girl who's not confrontational, this, that, and the third. I don't want her to be confrontational. I just want her to be chill. Girl, so why did you send home ItsMyaJ? You claim, and I feel like ItsMyaJ got done the worst because they were actually in ItsMyaJ's face like, oh, I love her and this, that, and the third. And Natalie's like, I love ItsMyaJ. But y'all sent her home. And then had the nerve in the next scene to be like, oh, I just want a new girl who's unconfrontational. Just a whole bunch of contradictions. Then keep in mind that the only reason why the reserves, aka new girls, aka replacements, are even on the show was because they got down at the beach bonfire. And after that, that's the only reason why they let them on the show, because who got down the best and who stood on business. But you want a non-confrontational, okay. But the whole purpose of them coming onto the show was so they could fight for their spot, okay. It just don't make no sense to me. They contradict themselves all the time. Natalie, again, you're a liar. She's such a liar. It makes me sick to my stomach. So for Natalie to sit up there and say that she had no idea that the girls wanted Gretch to go home is such a fib. You literally told Gretch at the beach bonfire that the whole house has an issue with her. You know nobody in the house likes Gretch. Nobody in the house likes Gretch. You know that. Every single time you ask anybody who they feel like should go home, they literally said Gretch. So for her to be like, oh, well, only us four said that we wanted Gretch to go home. Only us four said that we wanted Gretch to go home. That's not true. No one in the house likes Gretch. Oh, well, some people in the house feels like she stood on business and she ran her fades. So did ItsMyaJ. I mean, she didn't really win any of them. ItsMyaJ didn't really win any of her fades, but she still ran. Every time ItsMyaJ had to get in the field, she got in the field. And this is coming from someone who really doesn't care for her like that. But we're not going to sit here and sit up here and lie. Like, every single time it was time for ItsMyaJ to run a fade, she ran a fade. When we win, lose, or draw, and it's the same thing for Gretch. Gretch did not win all of her fights. Like, she's standing on business. She's getting into it. Girl, because no one likes her. Like, Gretch has no choice but to run these fades. But I will admit, though, Gretch is clearly she's not scary. Clearly she's not, but what? I just don't get it. Like, Natalie was really acting clueless as if she did not know that the girls wanted Gretchen to go home. They only kept Gretchen so they could backdoor her. I said what I said. Now that I had to take a moment and pause a little bit to think. The only reason, because there's no way that y'all are clueless, that y'all are that clueless to where y'all are like, oh no, well, we didn't know that the girls wanted Gretchen to go home. Y'all knew the girls wanted Gretchen to go home. I just feel like they had that little tag team planned with Jayla, Scotty, and Rolly that we're gonna see next episode where they're gonna tag team her. I feel like they had that plan because she literally told Scotty, if you really want her to go home, you need to tell her she's gonna go home. And Jayla said, and what they gonna do to you? What they gonna do to you? Y'all had this plan. The only reason why y'all kept Gretchen there was so y'all could backdoor her. Which, I mean, girl, it's a mess. Y'all are messy. I'm not gonna lie. That's the end of the episode, girl. That's the end. That's all I got.
Yours, damn right.